feel good today. It is Monday, September 4th, 2023 here in the States. It is Labor Day, which means everybody's chilling, not going to work today, except for us. This is the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record, and I mean daily. We haven't missed one single solitary day since December of 2020. You want to be in sports? You better work on weekends. You want to be in sports? You better work on the holidays. It's kind of a ho-hum day, though, on Sunday as we kind of ease back into the football schedule. Chip nailing that over easily, 45-24. Florida State, welcome to the national championship discussion. Looking awesome in that second half. Buckets going 2 for 3. Kylian Mbappe scored 9 minutes into the game. That's how much of a sweat that was, 9 minutes into the game. So, on a Labor Day, if we were like everybody else, I would have like my 19th and 20th best capper. That's not what we do. I bring my absolute very best to the table. Bring in the stars of the show. You know them, you love them, and we're going 5 wide today. Oh, Proppy is here. AB, our 5-tool player, is here. Maestro is here. The counselor is here. But AB, because you got up early today, because you cashed the ticket yesterday, you get our 15 seconds to start the show. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate that. And look, we saw Florida State really dismantle LSU last night in the second half. And here's the thing. We're going to watch Clemson and Duke tonight. In 2 weeks, Florida State and Clemson play against each other, and Florida State has a bye after the Clemson game. If they beat Clemson, buddy, that schedule gets easy after that. Keep an eye on the Seminoles there.
How about that? Can you talk Heisman Trophy? Can you talk national championship in the picture? Last year, by the way, that there will only be 4 teams in the playoffs. Next year, it just mushrooms, and I can't wait for it. Counselor, how many days?
We are just Carson Palmer days away from NFL season. Detroit, Kansas City, otherwise known as Mark Sanchez, Jeff George, Jameis Winston, Joey Harrington, Stephen Gostkowski. We're on the doorstep.
Wow, I did not expect any of those names today. Any of them. All right, let's get into it because Maestro and Proppy, they want to play too. Yesterday, I already saw in the chat because the crew yesterday successfully through the model at SportsLine, of course, how many, 3-4 different guys went yard that we talked about yesterday that we had up on the screen? How about that? There is a method to our madness. So, Proppy, you've been sitting there very, very nicely this morning. Here's the home run props that we are choosing from the SportsLine model. Hopefully you are a member. Shohei, plus 325. Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles, the Astros. Kyle Tucker. How about you guys show up on Sunday Night Baseball one time? And Kyle Schwarber, plus 425. And Dansby Swanson, the Cubs. Can they make the playoffs? Proppy, talk to me. Where are we going?
Yeah, some good prices here, Coach. I'm going to go with Mountcastle, though. I like this potential matchup facing Kenny Rosenberg of the Los Angeles Angels. He is a relief pitcher making his first start of the season, second start of his career. So I'm going to take a shot on Mountcastle to go yard tonight.
Mountcastle, the Orioles coming off that series with Arizona. And you pushed on that first 5, Counselor, yesterday with the D-backs. What do you like today picking the prop?
Well, I'll tell you this. I do like the Mountcastle play from Proppy quite a bit, but a little foreshadowing to my play later on in this show. I kind of like Kyle Schwarber here, plus 425 against 87-year-old Rich Hill. Listen, he's hit a home run in 2 of his last 3 games, 3 of his last 5. This guy doesn't hit for average. We know that, but he's been hitting the long ball, and the Phillies, they kind of need to get hot. They've been slumping just a little bit lately. I think Kyle Schwarber is going to help secure a win for the Phillies by going the yard.
And you know what? You know what timing is everything, Counselor. As you were giving your take, guess who just slid into the chat? As you said, the yard. Buckets. He's in the chat in real time. And as we know, he's traveling to Chicago today, because he has to take a flight tomorrow, or Indianapolis today. He's going to Japan. We're going to have soccer picks from Japan. And Maestro, I know when you found buckets all those years ago, could we have ever imagined early edge content from Japan? I say no. But where are we picking home runs today, sir?
Well, in a tribute to buckets, I'm going to go off the board because Lucas Giolito is pitching today for the Guardians. Somehow he's still pitching after giving up 10 homers and 6 starts for the Angels. They dump him. The Guardians pick him up, and he goes to face the Twins in actually a very important game because they're 5 games out in the division race. He's given up 30 homers. That's 5th most in all of baseball. Max Kepler, 21 homers on the year for the Twins, plus 370. He has a very strong history against Giolito with 3 homers and 41 at-bats, slugging nearly 600. Let's go Max Kepler, plus 370.
Yeah, and Bucket's right. Yo. Larry off the board. What a day. Yo. AB, bring us back. Let's go.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep this blue collar here. I'm not sure what Buckets is doing with, yo and all that. But, hey, you know what? It's Buckets. Who knows? That being said, Kyle Tucker here. We're going with your man with the Astros. He's going to have a good night tonight. Astros-Rangers, going to be a fun game. You're going to see him facing off against Andrew Heaney, who not a bad pitcher at all by any means. But I think tonight is the night that Tucker handles his business.
All right. So we're going off the board today. We've got some very good takes. Remember, it's not just throwing stuff against the wall. We have a model for this stuff. I'm going to give you a deal later in the show. But DB Toy says, Buckets, I need you, bro. Where are the soccer picks? They're on an international break. Any next-level soccer capper knows that. They're on a little bit of a break starting today. Do some homework, DB Toys. Now, speaking of homework, we're going to be all over the place. Starting today, I'm talking every single day. But if you're kind of late to the party, where you been? We're also here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in tour championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
All right. I need to apologize. DB Toys says, I'm brand new to all of this. My bad, DB Toys. You didn't know any better. Buckets does his own thing. He does his own. He dances to the beat of his own drum. That's just who he is. Now, I'm staring at my board. And today, we've got a lot going on. Clemson-Duke. We've got 11 baseball games on the board starting at 2:10 p.m. Eastern time. So where do I start? I believe I'm going to start with my 5-tool player at AB. I don't want the AB3 special yet. I just want the straight plays that you have for us. Then I'm going to come back to you, if that's okay. Is that okay?
It's okay indeed, Coach. Absolutely. So we've got a couple here. As you mentioned, Clemson and Duke tonight, the only college football game on the board. First off, we're going to go Clemson first half, -6.5 at -140. We are taking this down from 7.5 to 6.5. I took this at DraftKings, but you can find it at all major books here. Well, obviously, we want to get this number under the key 7 there. I do not want to play 7.5, especially with the new play clock structure. Clock goes a little quicker, so we're going to take that 7.5 to 6.5. Also, we're playing Clemson in the second half. Team total over 16.5 at -120. We're getting this under the key of 17. Look, 2 touchdowns and a field goal brings us home. 3 touchdowns brings us home. You heard Chip Patterson on the College Football Mega Preview Show on Wednesday talk about big game Dabo Swinney. And, buddy, you're about to get it tonight because, as we mentioned, he knows Florida State is on the schedule in a couple of weeks, and they have to be pristine. So you're going to get a nice Clemson output tonight. Major League Baseball, 2 plays. First, we're going to go Cody Bellinger, 1+ hit, and the Cubs team total over 3.5 at -120. Did not want to play him. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -170. Way too juiced. So, yeah, right? So we're going to keep this, drop it down. All we need 1 hit. Cubs to score 4 runs or more, and we are home. And we mentioned it a second ago, Kyle Tucker, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at -120. Pretty rare that we get this at an affordable price, such as -120. Like we said, good, favorable hitting matchup tonight. Tucker gets the job done.
All right. Joe says, I really like that Clemson team total. Put it on Garrett Riley on the new OC. Is he right, AB?
He's absolutely right. And that's been the one thing about Clemson is that forever they've been a very conservative offense, right? Run the football, eat the clock, win the game. Now the offense is speeding things up, which could be wild to see with Clemson. So, yeah, 100% correct.
And last one, Dan says, Clemson first half is now 7.5. I think you hit on this already. Would you still play at AB?
Well, I'll say that's why we took it down. So it was 7.5, and we dropped it down to 6.5. So we essentially bought a point because I did not want to play 7.5 or more because then you need 2 scores. That being said, I don't hate it. I think Clemson handles their business tonight.
And if you're brand new to sports betting, you've come to the right place. There's no dumb questions. We're not going to look down on you. And usually if you need to buy a point, hit that little box next to your bet, and usually they'll pop up there. It depends on your sports book. But you can always do usually a half a point, most of the time a point, maybe even a 1.5. That's what we talk about when we say buy the point. AB, thank you very much. We'll get back to you in a second. Now, Sia Nejad. I'm a little scared with your pick today. I'll be honest with you because I noticed San Diego the last couple of days playing very, very well. Playing very well. But they got one team here that's going to the playoffs or wants to, and another team that's not. We're leaning into the team that is. Who am I talking about?
Yeah, it's the Phillies. It's the Phillies' first 5. And you're right, Coach, by the way. The San Diego Padres have won 3 in a row. They actually look like a real team, but I'm not really buying that. I mean, it was a sweep against one particular team. Phillies come into town. I don't know that they've secured their wild card spot, but they're certainly, pretty close to doing it. But they certainly have plenty to play for. But again, first 5, I'm focused on the pitching matchup. I've got it at -106. So the Phillies are actually in the first 5 a slight dog. We've got Taijuan Walker, who's actually been pretty good over his last couple games. I mean, on the season, I think he's been a little bit better than expected. But over the last couple games, really the strikeouts are up. They were home games, mind you, but he's also been good on the road. And then you got Rich Hill on the other side. Now, listen, Rich Hill hasn't been a complete disaster, even though his actual age, by the way, it's not 87, it's 43. But he is getting hit harder than Taijuan Walker. If you look at those metrics, he's not going deep into games. And again, I just think this Phillies lineup is a little bit too imposing for Rich Hill. And when I contrast and I look at the other side of Taijuan Walker versus San Diego Padres, I have a little bit more faith in that. So as a dog in particular, I really like this. If I were to set this line, it'd be maybe -120, but it's -106. Give me the Phillies first 5.
You're damn right. The Phillies are playing motivated baseball right now. All right, Hill to top. He's just asking to get blocked. Just asking for it. Hey, Buckets, you didn't want Coach to tag along? Also, Liddy says, if you're new to the show, 1, there are no dumb questions. 2, Coach is always right. I actually don't hate that one. Actually. All right, as you know, tomorrow we start our very first NFL Mega Preview. Maestro will be there. AB this year will be there, and RJ White will be there. Why? Why do we do it on Tuesdays? By the way, what time is it on Tuesdays, AB? 4:30. Oh, there you go. How about that? 4 o'clock on Tuesday. There is your schedule. We'll throw it up again at the end of the show. Now, why is this so important? Because we get ahead of the numbers. We tell you on Tuesday what could happen on Thursday or Sunday. But why do we do it here? Because we support. We work together. We're a team. We're a hashtag the crew at CBS for the NFL.
Driving into the stadium, seeing everybody tailgating, I get that ready to go feeling.
To walk through the fan section over there and see that many people excited about football, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You get away from football for a little bit and then you start missing it, you get that itch again.
For me, that first catch is everything. Once I get one catch, I'm in the zone.
Getting back to football.
It's been too long.
We can't wait.
Can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait. Cannot wait. By the way, DB Toys is starting to become my favorite fan in the universe. I've been a wrestling fan my whole life. That was my 20s. Sports betting just became legal this year, and I've been all in lately. I love this show. We love those texts. We love those notes. By the way, I'm sure you hated me 20 years ago. Everybody did. All right, Proppy. Can't tell you how nice the background looks now. It's clear that you're already in mid-season NFL form. But the thing I love about you is you can multitask. You can get into football, and you can stay in the baseball world as well. What do we got today?
Coach, we're very fired up for the start of NFL season. I want to preface real quick. Rough day at PropStarz HQ yesterday. Finished 0-3, but what do we do when we have a tough day? We pick ourselves, dust ourselves off, get right back on the horse. That's what we're going to do. I have a prop that I absolutely love. It's Colorado Rockies catcher Elias Diaz under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. This has everything to do with the matchup. He has faced Merrill Kelly, the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, 17 times in his career, 17 at-bats over the course of his career. Just 1 hit, 1 single. That is it. He's struggled mightily against the Diamondbacks throughout his career. 39 at-bats this season, just 5 hits. This is a great spot, in my opinion, to fade the Rockies catcher and what is a very tough matchup. So go under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Elias Diaz today.
So cool. We rarely play the unders with this bet. It's usually always the overs. But the one thing I've learned from PropStarz the last couple of years is when it comes to unders as opposed to overs, Proppy, what do we learn?
Just a lot more ways for these bets to cash. Also, historically speaking, Coach, they cash at a higher clip as well.
Boom. Hashtag educate and entertain. Do you want to do the work? Now, day 1, December 2020. 2 faces. We're on the early edge. Middle of an NFL season. How do we start a show in the middle of an NFL season? But we did it. And we continue to do it all these years later. Who was that other face? Well, I'm staring at him right now. And he is laser focused. NFL is his bread and butter. It's what he does. Maestro, it is your spot for a reason. What do you have for us today?
2 plays in Major League Baseball, and yeah, I cannot wait for the NFL 3 days from now, but I'm going to go to a scintillating matchup between the 42-win Royals and the 53-win White Sox. This is an early start. You've got the best pitcher in the American League right now in Cole Reagans for the Royals. Cannot believe the Rangers gave him away. The velocity was 92 last year. It's 96 now. The lefty actually touching 100. His slider, 89, 90 miles per hour. Hasn't given up a run in his last 2 starts. 172 in August. And over for the White Sox, Schulten's a 29-year-old rookie, has been very good, but they only got 5 outs from their starter Kopech yesterday, so the bullpen is in terrible shape. 2 bad teams, but I will take the team with an ace on the mound in the Royals. I posted this last night on SportsLine. I'm seeing it higher. I would not go higher than minus 150. And then tonight, William Contreras has a 13-game hitting streak for the Brewers, the catcher or DH. He is going to bat second against Luis Ortiz. He faced him 6 weeks ago, walked and tripled. He's just on fire right now. 365 over his last 13, 9 extra base hits, 3 homers, 6 doubles. Ortiz gives up a ton of hits, 77 hits in only 60 innings. Let's say William Contreras, let's play him, to stay hot over 1.5 total bases, and it's coming back at even money.
At this time of the year, it is so important to find the little places where you can find value, like what Maestro just did right there. Raymond says, doing an amazing job, fellows, in all caps. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you very much. But there are certain things that we bring back to the football season that just aren't there the other 6 months of the year. But I've noticed in the chat a lot of new names, a lot of new people. But are you a SportsLine member? That's the question. Well, I'm going to do you a solid right here, right now. If you are not, I'm going to give you 60% off. Use a promo code COACH, and I'll give you the next 3 months for 60% off because we want you here. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. All my simulations, all my cappers, all the articles. You get everything just for that. And after that, we're really going to gouge you. $10 a month. That's it. To be a big part of what we are doing. Now, the one thing that I've missed without football season here is the AB3. Trying to figure out exactly what AB is going to put together for a little tasty morsel that we can chew on tonight. AB, can you help me out?
Coach, I can't help you out. And I'll tell you what, it's a holiday. And you know what? We want to not only honor the hardworking men and women across America, but we want to give them a parlay, something fun to have. Okay. So it's a tight sports board that we have on, to pick from, but I think we found the absolute best parlay. So let's put it up on the screen and look at Maestro on the job tonight. Looking strong, Maestro, looking good. All right, so the AB3 today is plus 165. We're going to take Clemson on the money line. We're going to take the Giants and Cubs, both teams to score 2+ runs. We're going to take the Red Sox and Rays, both teams to score 2+ runs. And we're going to take the Astros and Rangers, both teams to score 2+ runs. And you might be asking yourself, Coach, well, it says AB3, but that's 4 teams. You know what? It's a holiday. We give you an extra one there. So count that Clemson money line in. Put those 4 together. Plus 165. And Maestro looking sharp on the job.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even see that one coming. I didn't even know that was coming. Wow. The surprises you continue to have, AB. Your thoughts there, Maestro?
Well, I have no comment, but Sia wants to chime in.
Well, listen, he gives us AB gives us 4 picks, and then he gives us the AB3, which ends up being 4 picks. It's a total of 8 picks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spell labor without AB.
There we go.
Wow.
Very good.
Now, we have an interesting comment in the chat. Probably I'm going to come to you because apparently you want to run for president with your boy Buckets. Jeff says, my book has Buckets causing an international incident at -160. Is that good value, Proppy?
I personally fade that. We've got a bunch of handlers around Buckets right now. I have strong conviction that he is going to be under his best behavior as he does some international diplomacy over in Japan.
I'll be honest with you. I'm a little bit scared. Because we have tasked Buckets with not just going on vacation, but he has to supply content for not only us here at the Early Edge, but at CBS Sports HQ as well. So, are we going to have those Japan soccer picks flowing in from the homeland? I don't even know what they call it when you're actually in the country and you make a pick. I don't know what you call that. But we're going to
Buckets 2024, coach.
I am so tired of Buckets Proppy 2024.
Somebody said yesterday that Buckets was going to end up in North Korea.
All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of our 5-tool player on the ones and the twos. PropStarz, one big play. We're going under here. Under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Elias Diaz, you heard all the reasons. 1 hit in 17 at-bats. I call that value. Then Sia Nejad. This is a 6:40 p.m. Eastern game, which today, there's only one game later than that. So if you're playing baseball today, make sure you get it in. Most of it is day baseball on this holiday. Then Maestro, Royals money line -142. Royals been playing better as of late. Then William Contreras. Let's go over 1.5 total bases +100. Then AB. He's all over the board today. He loves himself some Clemson in the first half. Let's lay the 6.5. Buy that point down and then take that juice. Clemson's second half team total. You saw it happen again yesterday. Teams are starting to warm up. They get into the second half. They have no preseason games. Let's remember that. Cody Bellinger, 1 hit. You put that with the Cubs team total over 3.5. It brings it down to -120. Then Kyle Tucker, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And you want to have a little bit of fun, just a little sprinkle. How about Clemson on the money line? Then put together Red Sox, Rays, both teams scored at least 2 runs. The Giants, Cubs, same. Astros and the Rangers, same, +165. A gentle reminder that our schedule is about to get very, very busy. I would encourage you to turn on your notifications. This is the schedule starting technically today, but we start our weeks on Tuesday. We do everything different. We will have a primetime show every single night, Thursday night, Sunday night, primetime on Monday nights. And then we have the prop show on Friday, the mega preview on Tuesday, the college football mega preview on Wednesday. We never stop. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so I don't have to get tweets going, Coach, can you throw me the recap screen, please? Hashtag it pays to watch live. I love this crew. I love this job. I love when we get to today because that means we made it another year. That means we've done it. We continue to do it, and we grind and we grind and grind. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Labor Day tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, probably 3 times. Probably Buckets 2024. Nobody wants it, but everybody's talking about it. Maestro, the counselor, our 5-tool player, AB. Always doing work. You guys have no idea. 24 hours a day. Can't do it without him. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Let's have a great day. Pay it forward. Be caught in the early edge. Good luck.